Okay, so the aim of today is we're going to have a go at depicting water. Now, water is quite a tricky thing to paint, which is why we're going to use an abstract style. And what abstract means is it gives you an idea of what it is. It's not meant to look like a photograph. So you're going to need a piece of paper, nice sturdy paper, a paintbrush, bigger and fluffier the better, and then a choice of colours. Now I've gone for kind of autumny colours, so I've got white and I've got red, and I've got green, a little bit of orange, and we're going to go from there. Now job number one, using a dry brush and using white, I'm going to paint a stripe of white, not too much paint, about a third of the way down my piece of paper, which you can kind of see it shining. You might not be able to see it very clearly, but you will once we start. So about a third of the way. And you need to work quite fast because acrylic paint dries quite quickly. And then exactly the same on the bottom third. So working nice and quick, not worrying too much about it. I've got a nice big piece of paper underneath my card so that I don't get paint all over the table. I suggest you do the same. Also, acrylic paint doesn't come out of your clothes, so if you've got a painting apron, wear it. So once you've done your white stripes, you want to start bringing in your colour. You need very, very little paint on your brush. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the paint and then I'm dabbing it off on my paper because what I want to do is to make it look a little like leaves, okay? And what I'm doing above, so this is my skyline, and then this is my waterline, so I'm bringing the reflection down into here. So I'm kind of making rough oval shapes. Don't too exact because it's meant to look quite natural. So I'm going to do the same with the orange, to pick up a very little bit on my brush, and I just add some orange over here. Working quite quickly, and the trick is it looks most effective if you don't have too much paint on your brush. You only need a little bit, then you get a nice stippling effect like this, which looks much better than big painty splodges. A bit more orange. Too much paint. And hopefully, if you're working quite quickly, you should see a nice fade. Where the white is up here, it should be lighter up here than down near sort of the centre. So I've cleaned my brush. Oh, actually, just a little bit of white left on it. And using that, I'm going to use very quick flicks. I'm going to imagine this is my horizon line. All right, sort of kind of across the middle. And I'm going to pull, very, very, very light flicks. I'm going to pull some of this paint down to make my sort of watery reflection. So very, very lightly. I'm hardly touching the paper. Just bringing some of that paint down. Like that, all the way along. So now you can clearly see, here are my trees, and here's my water. I'm going to pick up some of the colour, again, I'm going to go in with some green, again, not too much, and I'm just going to define where my waterline is with the green. So I'm going to go all along with the green, just so it's clear where the land is and where the water is. And it doesn't have to be straight, there's very few straight lines in nature. Okay, there we go. I've taken a piece of card and I'm going to just run the edge through some white because I want to create some ripples on my water to make it look a little bit more like the water is moving. So I'm very gently just pulling that cardboard along Need some more paint on it. To create some very thin lines, especially around the shore where the water meets the land. Also a bit further down. Just so it looks like there's a bit of movement on the water. And I can use the same piece of cardboard. And I'm going to go back in with some white, so you could use brown. And I'm just going to put in sort of, again, this is very abstract, but the idea of branches up in my trees. Picking up more paint when you need it, but again, really the less paint you use, the better. And it doesn't really matter what colours you choose. Choose complementary colours. This looks really effective with the more vibrant colours, but they don't have to be. Because this is an abstract painting, it doesn't have to be exactly like you'd expect to see in nature. Really, the objective is to try and get that difference between the land and the water. So that's that one finished. I did a couple of others in different colours as well. So there's more of a sort of a bluey greeny one here, okay, and slightly paler one here. They create really good effect.